So, one of my favourite positions to practice yoga from is a position of 4's. It reminds me of my dog and how my dog moves. And even before I had a dog, I always loved this position to be in and move around from and explore the shape of my spine and how it can move and how it can respond, and just generally open up a lot of my body, build some strength along the back of my body. So we're going to spend 15 minutes or so with that, and you can practice this in the morning, you can practice a little bit at night, but it's a nice position to practice from. And as we record more sessions, I'll explore other positions that we can work from, like lying on the ground, lying on our backs, lying on our bellies, lying on our side, standing, balancing, all sorts of different positions. But let's start from this position here, where our hands are underneath our shoulders approximately, maybe a little bit in front. Our knees are lifting and resting underneath our hips. So you can watch the video for this a bit, but hopefully we have the chance to listen and respond to the audio rather than always the video. Okay. But as you lift and lay your hands, lift and lay your knees, find the position that feels very comfortable for you. And then think about just rocking forwards and backwards. So you feel the weight fall through the arms and the support that comes from them, and then the weight come away from the arms and how you can relax and let them go. And repeat that a few times, noticing how you have to stabilize and stiffen and support, and then how you can just let that go. And that's a really good practice to carry on throughout the rest of our movement. To notice when we're holding, when we don't have to be holding, and noticing when we're not stabilizing. So if you come forward and you collapse, stabilize a little bit more. And then come to a position where you find that you're steady in the middle. And start to let your belly soften towards the floor. So it's almost like your hips swivel so that your butt is pointing up the wall, and bring your chest to face the front, and you can move your weight from side to side here and see how that feels in cow position or cow posture. Keeping the breath slow, keeping the breath easy, and then draw it into cat posture. And again, notice the feeling through your spine and start to move in ways that feel useful, if it's forward or to the side. Try any of these movements. And then start to let the forward and backwards movement join with the cat and cow movement. And we can roll forwards. We can drift back. We can come forward in cow posture, back in cat posture, or forward in cat posture, back in cow posture. Noticing if there's any tightness or resistance that you need to just move into to let go. The next time you come forward, start to find this relaxed position between cat posture, cow posture, and between the hands and the knees. And then start to walk the hands off to the left-hand side. See how this feels over here. And you can walk a little bit further if you want to with the hands. Maybe start to shift the weight back. And then walk the hands slowly off to the right. And again, start to notice what's going on here as you walk off to the right. And again, you can shift the weight back. This time when you walk to the left with the hands, maybe don't walk them quite so far. And place the right hand on top of the left hand. And from here, shift the weight all the way back towards your heels. And see how that feels down the right side. And you can come forwards and backwards with this. When you come forward again, walk the hands off to the right. It's kind of like slowly padding the hands over. And place the right hand down, the left hand rest on top. And shift your weight back from here. Coming forward, bringing the hands back to the middle, walk the hands back towards your knees, and if it's possible and your knees feel comfortable, hips resting on your heels, and knees in this nice flex position, which is, if you have no knee issues, it's super nice to be able to do this and sit with a flexed knee, okay? Let's bring the hands forward again. And what we're going to do is come to a slightly different all-four shape, where we step one foot out, okay, and bring it back underneath. Step the other foot out, bring it back underneath, okay. Now if you feel comfortable, step both feet out. If you want to keep one knee down, keep one knee down, okay. But whatever leg is straight, if you've got one knee down, if you've got both legs straight, you would try it one side, then the other side. Send one foot forward, outside the hand, okay? And you might have to have a few goes at that, okay? To try and make that happen. And again, you've got this option of just moving your body in the shape, okay? It's not fidgeting, it's just finding where the resistance is and trying to work with the resistance and melt it a little bit. And you can try the other side. Again, you have that option of having the knee on the floor. Again, moving from side to side. Stepping back again. When we come forward with the opposite foot this time, start to sink the hips. Send the knee a little forward and the heel a little back, and start to drop the hips towards the floor. You can reach this hand forward and then up, okay, and even back a little bit. Just exploring the movement of this hand, reaching it forward, inhale up, and exhale, down, and again. Inhale forward and up, and exhale it down. Okay. Send this front foot back. Send the other foot forward. And again, knee forward a little bit, heel back, hips, almost like a hammock, you know, like a kind of sinking down feeling. So you've got the tension or the support rather than tension, maybe coming from the front and the support coming from the back, and kind of relaxing into the middle. Taking the hand forward, reaching away. Inhale up, and exhale back towards the centre. Inhale forward and up, and exhale back towards the centre, and one last time. When you're done, send that foot back, let both knees come down towards the floor. Walk the knees wider, bring the big toes together. Let your hips come to your heels, your elbows rest on the floor, your forehead come to rest on the floor. And try and let go. Almost spread yourself wider as you relax and melt into this position. Bring your head slowly away from the floor, your elbows away from the floor. Walk your hands back towards your knees. And again, bring the knees back into this kneeling position and let the hips come to rest on your heels. If it's comfortable, you can take this further back, even bring the knees up, even take the hands away. Seeing how things feel, okay? Trying to just be inspired by your own body's instruction, okay? So they're like kind of taken from me a little guidance, and then you explore around that guidance, okay? Let's come back to all fours. This time we're tucking the toes underneath and dropping the hips towards your heels. And trying to find the support that we need from the hands to let the knees drift up and down. Let the knees drift up and down. Bring the shoulders forward and back. And then we can slowly come up into downward facing dog. What a lot of people do is they come forward and really use their hands. If you can, start to practice, and it might not be today, tomorrow, next week, or next month even, or even next year, but can you get the knees up and just explore going back and up? So the arms don't really change that much coming up into down dog. And we can let the heels slowly come down on one side, slowly come down on the other side. Pedaling this movement out, sending the hips back. The armpits open a little bit more. The chest moves back in the direction of the knees. And we can walk the hands slowly back towards the feet. Just seeing how that feels. Gradually letting the heels come towards the floor, back into Uttanasana. Okay. Spread the toes. Have a wee look at your feet. They look okay. And then walk it back into downward facing dog. Spread the fingers, open your armpits, and then let the knees come back down onto the floor. Keep the toes tucked under this time as you walk the hands back towards the knees, and let's bring the knees up off the floor. And we can hop around in a squat position. Again, squatting is like a daily position for your body to spend time in. I've spoke about it many times before. I'll speak about it many times in the future. Being able to move in your squat and stay in a squat and spend time in a squat. So you can decide if you're, each time you use your phone, you're going to just come in a squat for a while, or send a text or whatever you're doing, okay? Let's explore this movement of our squat a little bit more. So bring the hands to your chest, clasp them towards your chest, take an inhale. As you exhale, take the hands forward, push them away and drop the heels a little closer to the floor, okay? Especially if your heels are up. If your heels are already down, great, okay? Try and elongate through your spine if your heels are down. On your next inhale, open the arms and lift the heels. Come up on the balls of your feet. Exhale, bring the hands together. Maybe drop the heels a little. Take an inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, keep that length, push the palms forward, drop the heels down. Okay, good. Inhale, open up, spread the arms wide. Exhale, gather the hands back together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, one more time. So we repeat a lot of our movement. Inhale, open up. What somebody said to me last year, actually 2019, it feels like last year, was something else, was repetition is a mastery of all skills. So the more we repeat our movement, the more we continue our meditation practice, our breathing practices, the more that we become familiar with it, we can explore it, and we deepen our relationship with the movement, with the breath, and with the mind, okay? So let's come back to a kneeling position and let your hips rest on your heels. Okay, we'll do a little bit for our shoulders. Okay, so bring the hands towards your chest again, like we did before. Clasp them. You've noticed sometimes I clasp them one way and sometimes I clasp them the opposite way, trying to break the habitual way of moving all the time, okay? If kneeling is uncomfortable, then just sit on a cushion. Take an inhale. Exhale, take the fingers forward. Turn the palms out, tuck the chin in, and just send those palms forward. Inhale the arms up over your head, taking them slowly behind you. And exhale, release the hands, clasp them behind your back. Draw the fingers towards the floor. Lift and elevate your chest. And then draw the fingers away from your back. I'm just turning slightly so you can see. So just moving them away. Let the hands come back down. Shake off the hands. Get them nice and loose. The wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms and shoulders. Other fingers, wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms and shoulders. Give the shoulders a roll. And then bring the hands forward again. Bring yourself to a seated position. And from your seated position, let the fingers rest in front of your shins. Take an inhale. And exhale, slowly pour yourself forward. Maybe your elbows can come towards the floor. Maybe your head can gradually come closer to the floor. Bring the elbows up, walk the hands back. Take the hands behind and draw the shoulders back. Let the chest lift. Take your gaze towards your ceiling. Leave your right hand behind, bring your left hand forward and start to turn from there. Try and go tall as you turn, so don't stay slumped back. Try and even shift your hips back and go tall and turn. Release that and turn the other way. And one more time, either way. As I turn, I can see a little photograph I have of my teachers on the windowsill and they're both smiling. So I like to smile back at them. And once we've done this rotation, let's do some side movement and then we're done, okay? So leave your left hand on the floor. Excuse me. Inhale, take your right hand up. And exhale, drift across. Maybe turn the palm face up. I like this kind of like, there's, the body's full of spirals and curves and turns and circles. And so it's nice to kind of move in spirals rather than think of our body as moving in straight lines. Take the other hand up. Take an inhale, exhale across. Maybe turning the palm face up. One more time, either side. Inhale long, exhale across. And last time. When you come back to the center, shift your feet out in front. Turn to your side, slowly coming down, okay? Lift and lay your body in any way that you need to. Take cushions, blankets, pillows. Send your feet out. Let them flop out. Maybe tap them up and down. Maybe shake them out. Let the hands reach towards the ceiling and drop the weight of the arms down so the shoulders are properly rested on the floor. Let the elbows extend to the side and the arms open up. And surrender yourself to the support from underneath. Let all the muscles around your face soften. Now you can pause the video here and just spend more time in Shavasana or turn your video off. So decide if that's something you want to do. And whenever you unpause or play the video again or come to finish the practice, move your fingers, move your toes. Lengthen from fingers to toes through your whole body. Hug your knees. Lie on your side if you want to. And slowly come up. You can spend more time doing any of these parts that feel useful for you. Bring the fingers to point towards you. Drop the chin slightly. Hold on to this sense of steadiness and stillness. We'll finish with one Om. You can do more if you're Om. Take an inhale. Fingertips together, base of the palms together. Have a great day, have a great sleep whenever you're doing this.